Welcome. So today we're going to be talking about X and Y intercepts. We're going to find X and Y intercepts from a graph, and then we'll find X and Y intercepts from an equation. Feel free to follow along in the notes provided. I'll be writing first in this text box, doing some examples, and you guys can follow along, and then I'll have portions where you guys can try out the work yourself. All right. So first, we're going to be finding X and Y intercepts from a graph. And we're going to be looking at the x-axis and from the y-axis. So while we are looking at the x-axis, we are first seeing where our graph crosses the x-axis. And then whatever that point is, x comma y, that's going to be our answer. When we're looking for the y-axis or our y-intercepts, we're going to see same thing. We're seeing where the graph crosses. And that point, x comma y, whatever it is going to be our y-intercept from our y-axis. Right. Something to notice is that for our x-axis, when we're looking at that and we're getting our x-intercepts, right, all of our answers are going to be a number in the x spot, comma 0. So we're always going to have some number, comma 0 as our answer, given that our coordinate point is xy. So our x will always have our number, our y will always be 0. Now, when we're trying to find our y-intercepts, so our y-intercepts, our answer is always going to have 0 first in the x spot. And since we're finding y-intercepts, there'll always be a number in our y spot. All right, so let's do an example. So I'm going to color code this. We are going to use this yellow line here. And I drew it all the way across. This is where our x-axis is. So where our graph crosses this will be our x-intercept. And this purple line I'm using, this is our y-axis. So if I want to find our x-intercepts, abbreviate XINT, intercepts, we are looking where it crosses the x-axis, our yellow line, which is this point here. So our x-intercept is -1, comma 0. And if you see, it follows that format where we have a number, comma 0. Similarly, if we're trying to find our, let's use this color. If we're trying to find our y-intercept, we're looking at our y-axis, which is colored in purple. Our graph crosses at this point 0, 2. So it's going to be 0, comma 2 is our y-intercept, which followed our rule that we have 0, comma a number as our answer. So this 0, 2 is going to be our y-intercept. And then -1, comma 0 is our x-intercept. Another example, we're going to look at this green line. Again, this yellow here is our x-axis. Our purple will be our y-axis. So I want to find my x-intercept. We're going to look at this yellow highlighted part where the graph crosses is here. So our x-intercept is -1.595, comma 0. Our y-intercept is going to be where it crosses the y-axis at 0, comma 2. All right, so this one you're going to try. This is on your sheet. I want you to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. And write that down on your paper. I'm going to pause for about 3 seconds, give you time to pause the video. You can try this out yourself, and then I'll give you guys the answer. All right, so this is our x-intercept here. This point is going to be our x-intercepts. So 1.485 comma 0, because it crosses the x-axis. 0, 1, this point here crosses the y-axis. So it's going to be our y-intercept. Lastly, we are going to find x and y intercepts from an equation. So sometimes you're just given an equation and not a picture of the graph. When we are trying to find our x-intercepts, remember it follows this format where we are going to have some number, comma, 0 as our answer, with our point being x, comma, y. X, comma, y. We know that y is always going to be 0. So when we're solving, given an equation, we are going to set y equal to 0. And then we are going to solve for x. Similarly, when we want to find our y-intercept, we follow this format where it's going to be 0 in the x spot, and then a number in our y spot. Given that we know x is 0, we're just going to set x equal to 0, and then we're going to solve for y. So let me give you an example. Feel free to pause if you need to write all of that down. So given this equation, y equals 2x plus 4. 2x plus 4, find x and y intercepts. So I'm going to find x-intercepts first. To do that, we are going to set y equal to 0. So I have this equation, y equals 2x plus 4. My y turns into 0. So that's 0 equals 2x plus 4. And then I'm going to solve. Subtract 4 from both sides. I get 2x equals negative 4. Then I will, let's use this code, divide by 2. These cancel. So x equals negative 2. Now our x-intercept answer needs to be a point. So our x is negative 2. Negative 2. Our y was 0. Apologies. And then that is our final answer. All right, so now we're going to find y-intercept. That is when we set x equal to 0. So I have this equation, y equals 2x plus 4. My x is going to be 0. So I can plug that in by going y equals 2. And then I'm going to plug in 0 where x is. Plus 4. 2 times 0 is 0. So that gives me y equals 0 plus 4. So y equals 4. Again, this is what our y is equal to. Our y-intercept needs to be a point. So our final answer will be 0, 4 for our y-intercept. This follows the rules where we have our x-intercept having a number, 0, our y-intercept having a number, a 0, a number. So here you can follow this on the back side of your worksheet. Given the equation 3x plus 9, find the x and y intercepts. So this is one that you're going to try yourself. You're going to find the x-intercepts, and you're going to find the y-intercepts. So I'm going to pause for about 3 seconds so you can pause the video, try this on your own, and then check back and see if you got the right answer. All right. For our x-intercepts, we're going to set y equal to 0. So I have y is equal to 3x plus 9. The y is going to turn into 0 is equal to 3x plus 9. And then we're going to solve. Subtract 9 from both sides. These cancel. So 3x is equal to -9. And then divide by 3 on both sides. So x equals -3. Again, we need to put this into a coordinate point. So we will have -3, 0. And that is our x-intercept. For our y-intercept, we're going to set x equal to 0. We're going to set x equal to 0. So I have y equals 3x plus 9. Our x is going to turn into the 0. So we have y equals 3 parentheses 0 plus 9. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 9 is 9. So y is going to equal 9. Again, we need to put it in a coordinate point with our 0, 9. And this will be our y-intercepts. So that's the answer you should have gotten on your page.